Hey there, John Opinion Sports, and a pleasant surprise of a game. Honestly, my soul needed that. And we got a little glimpse of last year's defense, finally. And it seemed like this was right around the time last year the defense started to gradually step up. And they finally got some real pressure. Azeez Ojulari, welcome to New York Giants. He is the answer. The answer, Giants fans, on one side for the future for here. Now we only got one other side to get another edge guy here, and we are set. I'm pretty sure he had 3 sacks, at least 2.5 sacks here today. He was just a menace in the backfield all game. Leonard Williams stepped up and really gave us good push, even from the edge at a couple plays here and there, but he really gave us good push at the middle. And we did so much better at clog and run lanes. That guy Bernard, the middle linebacker, comes in and he just plugged it right in. He looked better than Reggie Ragland has looked all year. I mean, he didn't have many plays out there, but just great. The defense all around, Dexter Lawrence getting involved, and they finally threw a flag on a play where Dexter Lawrence is getting held, because I mean, there's probably 2 or 3 every game I watch. It's just they do not throw flags on that poor guy. He reminds me of like Shaq down under the rim. The refs just allowed him to get the shit beat out of him. But I can't say enough. Azeez Ojulari, amazing game. A lot of Giants fans have been asking, what's the deal with this defense? Where is the problem? A lot of people have been bashing the cornerbacks, but when you're getting no pass rush in 3 or 4 seconds, I mean, I don't care if you're Deion Sanders, you're going to look bad. And I think that it was answered today. The Carolina Panthers have a poor offensive line right now. There was pressure constantly on the quarterback, and you saw the corners coming up and making plays. Now, I don't know if I project this kind of pressure going forward for the defense, but I think I'm comfortable saying that I trust these corners. I think they're really good when this defense can get pressure. Xavier McKinney had a couple nice tackles, good hits. It just seemed like Darnay Holmes, and it just seemed like the Giants were finally playing underneath. Maybe they missed some of them, but at least they weren't just sitting back over in the shell, cover 4 shell, whatever it is, cover 2 shell, whatever they're sitting in, and just allowing stuff underneath. It looked like they actually were coming up, competing. Darnay Holmes had a shot at getting a couple interceptions. Everybody kind of had shots at getting interceptions, jumping under routes, and honestly, what we were doing, it looks like what every defense does to us. And listen, I want to talk about the offense real quick, and bravo. I mean, this offensive line is as putrid as I can remember in my life. They are so banged up. There are so many banged up wide receivers, and what they did today was amazing. Props. If you listen to my channel, I'm a Jason Garrett critic. Today, what he did was very nice. I liked it because, they just were getting no push. And the running backs need to help themselves, too. There's cutbacks, there's lanes they're missing. It's aggravating. But, Jason Garrett called plays where he moved the pocket, did some rub routes, just little things. Daniel Jones bought some time, maneuvered around a little bit. I thought this was one of Daniel Jones. Statistically, it's not great. They took that first touchdown away from him. But with so many injuries, with the offensive line so banged up, not being able to run the ball effectively, I just thought this was one of Daniel Jones' better games. A comeback game from that last week, which was horrendous. It was one of the biggest implosions I've ever seen as a Giants fan. Obviously, people are going to point to all the players going out, and I get it. But, it was just complete all-around bad. And there was a lot of bad in this offensive line today. And there was even some wide receiver drops. But what we haven't seen from this team is they overcame it. It may have took going into the second half. But come second half, I really got like that. It felt like the Seattle game last year to me. It really felt like that. I think Seattle last year was a little bit better of a team, but listen, this is a real defense. They are really good. They get after the quarterback, and for what Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett did, amazing. And then listen, I know there's a big portion of Giants fans say no, don't run the quarterback. But that is all we have at the moment. If we didn't use them runs, or even the threat of Daniel Jones running, opens up stuff on other plays. So, unfortunately, there's a risk of injury, but this is just a different kind of offense when Daniel Jones is running the ball, and it's the one I want to see. I've had my mind made up on that last year. We need to have Daniel Jones involved in running this game. Otherwise, teams are going to come up on us and just bully us. I mean, you see almost every play somebody's ripping right up through the offensive line. I mean, these guys are, and the thing that's even worse is basically the whole left side of the offensive line is backups. Some of them even out of position. But the right side of the offensive line is the one that's getting slaughtered. Nate Soldier, just embarrassing rep after embarrassing rep. Will Hernandez, he looks lost. I don't know what's going on with him. At least in the past, he was a bulldozer. We haven't even really seen that much from him this year. I just think his time's run out. I know there's a big chunk of Giants fans who love Will Hernandez, but I think his time here, this is it. I can't see him coming back for like a minimum or a $2-3 million contract. Somebody's probably gonna kick him $5-6 million and that'll be it. We can't pay him really anything for what he's putting on the field. So I'm not trying to get too doom or gloom here, but I'm just pointing out the obvious in my mind right now. But again, there's not much to say. I think this is gonna be a really quick one, but I really loved what Jason Garrett did. I thought for what was on the field, that was impressive. As impressive as I've seen here this year. And I'm glad that they stayed patient. Like, coming out of halftime, they could have said, nah, this ain't working. We ain't got no points. Let's move away from it. Let's go more of a pass deep down the field or whatever. But they stuck with the game plan. I respect it. And it did kind of feel like in the first half, like, they're getting at least the midfield and getting down the other side of the field. Like, something's going to break eventually. It was just bonehead play after bonehead play. Offensive linemen were making stupid, like, just running down the field on pass plays and illegal formations. And just kind of like the same stuff that we've been seeing. And, that's on Joe Judge. It's been 2 years now, and we're seeing the same thing. Right before halves, late in games, basically throughout the whole game, offensive linemen are jumping offsides, they're false starting, they're running just confused, like players don't even know the situation. And that was what he came in here preaching, was situational awareness, and that is not what we have gotten. So whatever's happened behind the scenes, I don't got the answers. It needs to stop. It needs to stop, because we lost game after game after game that way last year, and we got lucky the Carolina's offense was putrid this week. Otherwise, this very easily could have went the other way. Very, very easily. So I feel like the Giants got plenty of stuff to work on. Hopefully we can start to get some of our players back. I'm not going to sit on here and say we're going to beat Kansas City, but they have looked bad. If we can play defense like this, we can compete. I'm not saying we can win, but you never know. I felt like there was a chance today to get a few turnovers that we didn't. If you can get them next week, if you can get 3-4, plays, we get turnovers and we get short fields. Maybe Saquon comes back. Maybe we get Kadarius Toney. Maybe we get a couple of these guys to come back, because right now it is brutal. We need our guys back in the field. This was an evaluation year for Daniel Jones. We need to get an answer on Daniel Jones. I know a lot of Giants fans are, after last week, right back where they started. I will just say this. Look at the situation the kid had out there. I mean, we've been saying we need to get him an offensive line. We need to get him weapons. Well, we can't kill him when he's out there with no offensive line and no weapons. So I thought it was a good bounce back game. Could have been a really good game if they gave him the Rudolph touchdown. I thought it was a very ticky-tacky call. They called it back. That's on the refs. I thought they could have also called back the Pettis one, so I'm not going to sit here and kill them. I think both should have stayed a touchdown, but it is what it is. I understand if both of them would have went the other way. I don't think I would have been in here killing them unless we lost the game. But yeah, it'll feel good to have a week where we win and I can sit back and relax and make some videos. Because I got to be honest with you, I felt like shit the last 3 days. I've been sleeping for 3 days, so. And when you don't feel good and the team's playing that like it did last week, you really don't have any urge to do anything. So that's it for me. Just rattle off some things on the top of my head. I'm sure I missed out some things, and I'll go back. I'll listen to the video if I missed on some touching points that I wanted to get a hold of. I'll run a video back here soon. One thing though, I think I did forget to mention was the Daniel Jones reception. Wow, what a play. I think that Daniel Jones catch was my favorite play of the year so far. Listen, I've been saying about, like, whatever you think about Daniel Jones and whether he's the answer long term here or not, he's not just a quarterback. He is a football player, and I respect him for that. Like, I respect quarterbacks that are football players. Some of them aren't great, but, just listen. That was awesome. You're not going to see many plays like that one-handed bobble, and you're going to take the shot and you hold on to it. Maybe I'll throw that in one of my videos or something here. But anyways, that's it. I'm just going to go so I don't ramble on for another 10 minutes or whatever. Like, subscribe. Peace.